Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Anil Joshi. Welcome you to my series Iconology and Temple Architecture Perspectives. In the contest, we are going to visit today Ajanta. Where is Ajanta? It is in Maharashtra. We are going to see it in detail, the location, how to go there and what to see there. There are a lot of caves. So many are there. So we have divided them into the groups. So this particular lecture will deal particularly the caves or any what we can call in correct language or in correct sense where they were used as a monastery. So let's get going. First we'll go to the Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar in Maharashtra and subsequently we'll go to Ajanta. Once you go to Ajanta, you will be at a base of a hill from where you will have to take the transportation arranged by the government. So this is the bus stop from where you will get AC as well as non-AC buses going uphill. So here you have to take a ticket and from here you can sit in the bus. It will take you around 3 to 4 kilometers, not more than 15 to 20 minutes, and it will drop you at the entrance of the caves. There also you will have to take a ticket and climb certain steps. Once you climb the steps, you will reach place here. From here you can see a river in the valley which doesn't have water because we went into the summer. We went in the month of May, so there was no water. But in rainy season, believe me, all the mountain will be lush green and the valley will have a flowing river as well as you will see from lot of places water running down, especially from the sides of the caves, and it gives you a beautiful scenario. So best is to go in the rainy season. However, to mind you, it is a bit slippery, so you have to compromise. Now we'll go into more details of each and every aspect of it. Where is Maharashtra state? It is in India and it has got this series of the caves. They have got paintings which are world famous. Why they are world famous? That is because they are there since almost 1800 to 2000 years. These temples or these caves or these lanes are hollowed out of the granite cliff and they are almost 70 feet deep. So it was really a miracle how they have created it. Now Venguna river is the one which we have just now seen. It was dried, but it flows in the rainy season. So this valley is around 65 miles or 105 kilometers from Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. There are beautiful transportation, so many choices are there. You can go by your own vehicle and the road is beautiful. Now you'll find a group of 30 caves. Then they are excavated right from the 1st till 7th century. All were in series and we can find out because of carbon dating how old they are. Now there are beautiful sculptures, beautiful paintings, and all these things either consist of chaityas, that is the sanctuaries, or viharas, which are also called monasteries. Although sculpture, particularly the richest ornamentation of the chaitya pillars, is noteworthy here, but there are also fresco type of paintings. Because of them, they have become the main attraction of Ajanta also, and they are in the list of UNESCO. All the people from all over world are coming to see these paintings. This painting depict colorful Buddhist legends and divinities with an exuberance and vitality. They are just beautiful. You can see the colors, in spite of so many years, they are still well maintained, they are well seen. And they also indicate a Indian architecture or Indian art, both things, because at that time hardly we find any parallel example in world of such thing. This site was designated as World Heritage in 1983. So ever since 1983, this is beautifully developed. Now, Ajanta caves constitute ancient monasteries, viharas, and worship halls that are called also chaityas or chaityagrahas of the different Buddhist tradition, carved into a 70 feet meter wall of the rocks. Now, the caves also present paintings depicting the past lives and rebirths of the Buddha, then pictorial tales from the Aryasura, Jataka, and rock cut sculptures of Buddhist deities. So all these things you can find here. Textual records suggest that these caves served as a monsoon retreat for the monks as well as a resting site for the merchants and pilgrimage in the ancient India, because as you know, this was a trade route and this was one of the important site over the trade route where in the monsoon the merchants or those who were coming here a business were taking shelter. While vivid colors and mural wall paintings are exorbitant in the history, as evidenced by historical records of cave 1, 2, 16 and 17, which are our main interest of today's topic. This we are going to exploit in more detail shortly. And they are today surviving. I will not say it in the original shape, but looking at them also you can make out how they would have been gorgeous when they were created. The majority of caves are viharas. We are talking of Ajanta with symmetrical square plans. To each vihar hall are attached a smaller square dormitory cell cut into the walls. A vast majority of caves were carved in a second period. So they were stages. First a big cave and then these are adjacent shells, wherein the shrine or the sanctuary is appended. At the rear of the cave, centered on a large statue of a Buddha, along with exorbitantly detailed reliefs and deities near him, as well as on the pillars and walls, all carved out of the natural rock. So that is the glory. And at that time, the freestanding structure was not available, so you will have to go to a mountain and dig it, carve it and create it as a first cave and as a leni, because it gets ornamented subsequently. The changes reflects the shift from the Hinayana to Mahayana Buddhism. These caves are often called monasteries. The central square space of the interior of the vihara is defined by the square columns forming a more or less square open space. Outside this are large rectangular edges on either side forming a kind of cloister. Now these edges, as you know, are rectangular and they are forming a cloister. Along the side and rear wall of the number of small cells entered by the narrow doorway. This is how we are describing a typical cave or leni. These are roughly square and have smaller niches on their back walls. Originally they had wooden doors. We can see the remnants of wooden doors, but the doors are not there at present. Now the center of the rear wall has a larger shrine room behind containing a large Buddha statues. The viharas on the either period are much similar and like shrines. Sphinx spaces, the change to design with a shrine to the middle of the second period, with many caves being adapted to to a shrine in the mid excavation or after the original phase. So these are the modifications which we are seeing. What happened subsequently. The plan of cave number 1 shows one of the largest viharas, but it is fairly typical of the latter group. So they have got similarity. Size is different. So one is a larger. Many others, such as cave 16, like the vestibule to the shrine, which leads straight of the main hall, and cave 6 is two viharas, one above the another, connected by internal stair with sanctuaries on both levels. So there are different designs, there are different types, but overall a pattern is similar. Now we are going to observe many beautiful paintings. You can pause it wherever you want, appreciate the beauty. And you have to remember that technology has started in 1st century, so almost 2000 years back, and the colors are still there. So look at the technology, look at the quality of the colors, and mind, it is all natural colors. They were all from the natural. They were painted and then they were fixed. There is a different lecture on this particular technology of painting. Do visit our website. We'll give you a detail of that lecture. Now these are the beautiful paintings to the different caves. Now what is important are not the cave numbers, but the designs. Look at the colors, look at the paint. There are certain things which we'll have to keep in mind. One thing, it is a UNESCO site. Number 2, flashlights are not allowed. No artificial light, no flashlight. So you'll have to do photography in whichever dim light available here. Now they have got also specification. What type of light should be, what intensity of light they should emit, so that they will not damage any of the paintings. So it is extremely important that they should be preserved. For 2000 years it is there, but now it is our duty to pass it on to our next generation so that they can also enjoy these paintings. Look at the beauty, look at the beauty. Lot of paintings are still in good condition. The color combination, the stories, the sculptures, all are wonderful. And you can spend hours together in understanding them. And if you want to understand the stories, it is mandatory that you should take a guide who can tell you all the detail. So it is must that each and every painting, if you want to understand, you must have a local guide who can tell you in detail all these things. He can enumerate and he can tell you in detail what is the speciality of each and every picture. Lot of pictures were taken as the symbol for the different events of India, and we are proud to be Indian and proud to have such rich heritage. These are the different wall. We have tried to photograph each and every wall. Now you can see some electric connections running. There are lights, but they have taken care that these lights will not be harmful to the sculpture, to the paintings, and they will preserve it. But it is not a good light for the photography. So you have to adjust your camera. Lot of cameras has got adjustment of ISO. So without damaging, without flashlight, without artificial light also, you can take good photographs out of it. And what is important is to understand how rich our heritage was and how nicely they have maintained. There is a routine maintenance here going on because this color can be damaged by certain insects. So they have got certain special treatment for the colors which will protect it from the insects. So also it is protected in such a way that no birds will come inside because it is in the forest. Paintings will be on certain walls, but when you are making a detailed study of any cave, you will have to take the remaining walls also, sculptures also. You will have to go in the side shelves, side chambers, and you will have to take the detail for your study. Even the ceiling is important, even the pillars are important, walls are important, and certain paints here. Our guide showed us that they can glare. Actually, you are not allowed to put light on that, but even in spite of that, whatever light is available, you can see the glare in certain, you can call it as a fluorescent or a shining effect of the paint. So indicating not only it is today's technology, but it was there from long time. We are crossing from one cave to another cave. Here there is less natural light available, but still we can appreciate beauty of colors, beauty of paintings. Look at the beauty of the wall painting as well as ceiling painting. Now this is an overall view which have come to the another end by seeing all these caves. Now there are certain caves which are in a stage of formation. They were not complete, so we will not find much of the paintings or finishing work in this, but it's a place where we can learn how they were creating it, which was the initial stage, and how they were advancing, how the sculptures were created, how the column pillars are created. So this is the area where we can learn all these things, how the technology has developed and how much difficult it was for them to chisel it out with just a hammer. There are beautiful boards, beautiful informations. You can read it. It's a really a good feast of knowledge over there, which is given by ASI. Is not a complete, but to some extent, it can give you an idea what we are going to see inside the cave. Some three-dimensional effects, that there are 4 gears, but you can make it in any way. You can hide any one of them, or you can visualize any one of them. There will be a live figure. Now how they must have carved is their great skill. They are creating 3D effects. Now we are coming back after seeing this particular group of caves. From externally, how they should look, we have seen inside beauties. Now appreciate the outside beauties. How nicely they are carved, how nicely they have you will not stop appreciating the beauty. And even when you are crossing from one cave to another, there is they are kept the water supply. You can have a clean and nice drinking water in between. At most of the places, or almost all the places, you will have to remove your shoes outside. You cannot take them in. So with that, we are coming to end of this lecture. I am thankful for giving me your valuable time. I am sure I have added into the knowledge, and when you will really see them, you will really appreciate it. It's a marvelous, beautiful, and it is something which everyone will make us proud, that how nicely they have carved it around 2000 years back, and how nicely they are painted. What was the technology which has lasted so long? Thank you, goodbye, and take care.